Winter meetings are wrapping up. What free agents are signing with the Houston Astros?
I don't know.
One free agent has signed.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Beyond the Diamond. We have Josh from behind the camera to on the camera. B. Lima is doing a 790 gig today, iHeartRadio gig, so he will be back with us hopefully soon. And the Astros got a backup catcher.
Yeah, they did. A solid one.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It was interesting. I got the tip and sent it to you guys early. I guess today is Wednesday, the 5th of December, 6th of December. I texted you around Tuesday around 7:30 p.m. and I heard Victor was going to get the 2 for 12 deal and went to sleep. Went to sleep thinking it was going to be the next day, and it dropped that night. So the Martín Maldonado era is officially over. Hell of a run as a catcher, obviously polarizing on social media, the topic of it. He's always been great with us, friend of the program.
Yeah, I mean, player's player.
Player's player. Yeah. He's going to be a head coach eventually one day.
For sure.
Great guy. Did a lot of great things here. Now it's to the future. Yanir Diaz is going to be the starter, according to Dana Brown at the winter meetings, and Victor Caratini. Caratini.
Yeah, Victor Caratini.
Everyone knows I'm terrible with names, but is going to be back, and he's solid. I mean,
yeah. You want to know his stats here?
Let me just. He batted 265 last year.
Close.
Okay,
259.
We'll take that. Let's say he had a WAR of 1.5.
0.7.
Okay. Shot a little high. Shot a little high.
Only 200 at bats, so it's kind of hard to.
One of the things, I mean, I saw a pitching ninja. His framing is incredible.
Yeah, I think that's a big plus for him. He's a defensive guy, and
switch
his
hitting
bat isn't bad.
Switch hitting.
Yep, switch hitting. Right. Yep. Switch hitting catcher with a positive WAR as your backup. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week.
Well, also I think that, and it's obviously it's going to be Yanir Diaz's staff and team, but he's only caught like 52 games in his professional career, in one season. So obviously they're going to ramp him up to be the everyday guy, but you have to manage his knees and his legs, and obviously he has the flexibility to DH and play some first as well. So having a guy behind him to slot right in that can handle a staff, can swing.
Where it's not that much of a dip.
Yeah.
You know, when Yanner needs a day off.
Yeah, so I like it a lot. I mean, you're paying a backup $6 million is a lot. I think I saw a tweet. It's like the 10th highest paid catcher in Major League Baseball, and that's going to a backup catcher. That's a lot of money.
Shows,
but that's the market.
Yeah,
that's the market.
You want I think because I was looking at the market for backup catchers and the quality that was out there, and he was one of the very few available that has a positive WAR at all. And he had a 0.7 last year, 2.1 in his career. I mean, he's just solid. So I mean, if he's one of the few options left, you got to pay what you got to pay, and I think it's beyond worth it to go out and get him.
Victor was a second-round draft pick by the Braves in 2013 out of Miami-Dade College. I wonder if Dana... Was there a Dana connection there?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe he might have scouted.
Did Dana Brown scout Victor?
That makes sense.
Are we onto something? I got to look up Dana Brown's full tenure of...
he was drafted in the second round 2013. Yeah, I think that's when...
Dana was with the Blue Jays.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he met him when he was in the system.
And so second round pick, been in the system, been in the show. I like it. I mean, a lot of fans right now are kind of like, the Astros need to make moves, blah, 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 blah. This team is still built to win, and you don't have a lot of money to spend. So shoring up the backup spot behind Diaz is huge. And then probably bolstering the bullpen. We had the Forrest Whitley news break at winter meetings. Dana Brown, who has the ultimate poker face, who just tells you everything, and you're just like, is he lying to me? Like, he's so truthful. I'm like, is this a bluff? Like, He just gives you all the truth that you can't even believe it.
Yeah.
But Forrest Whitley's going to be slotted to be in the pen. He's going to have a competition to be in the bullpen this year, and got a fourth option, which is huge. Because originally he was going to run out of that, and it was either he makes a team or he's gone. But now he can go back to the minors if he doesn't break camp. So that's a bullpen. Then obviously the rotation with all the pitchers you had, with some of those guys going to be long relief that go to the pen. It'll be interesting to shake out. Having a lot of pitching is always a good thing. Having a surplus. So I think the next move we'll see is probably all the smoke and the text I got. Jordan Hicks.
Yeah.
Klein Oak to Cypress Creek.
Houston boy.
Houston kid. Throws gas.
Absolute gas.
Threw gas at Klein Oak. Threw gas at Cypress Creek. And I think you pulled it up. His market value, according to Spotrac? Spotrac?
Yeah.
What did we land on? It was 3.4.
Yeah, 3.4 is his value, according to Spotrac.
Yeah, and look, guys and girls, there's not gonna be a Josh hater. There's not gonna be an Erod. There's not gonna be a Shohei Ohtani. There's not gonna be a Blake Snell. The Astros are not doing that right now because we were up against the threshold on money, but we're going to make moves and decisions at short spots. And when you returning a lot of people from a team that was one game away from the World Series again, this is what you do. You make moves not because other people are making moves. You make moves because they're shoring up spots. And so I think the big thing that we have to think through this process is going to be boring. We're going to count down days to spring training, but this team's returning everyone. So it's about shoring up spots, finding value where you can, and let the front office do what they do best. And I think the cool thing is I feel like everyone's still trying to catch up to the Astros, even though the Rangers won the World Series.
Yeah.
And obviously the Texas Rangers are the reason why United States of America is in a recession right now, because they spent $1 billion. So we're all feeling that in our pockets because of the Texas Rangers, and seeing all the inflation and bloated market value for the players. But there's one guy on this list that's not going to be a Houston Astro, but the news should drop within the next 4 days, and that's Shohei Ohtani. I know this is Houston Astros talk, but we cannot not talk about Mr. Ohtani, who is literally played this game by his own set of rules because he's the best baseball player to ever pick up a baseball, one. But two, he has like this private set of rules. Like, you're not allowed to like talk about it when you have meetings.
It's weird.
Dave Roberts just was like, yeah, we had a meeting, just spilled all the tea. I don't know if the Dodgers are out of it now.
Yeah.
Because the Dodgers GM at the winter meetings was like, yeah, I'm not talking about that. Like, I don't know why Dave did that. And so I love that Ohtani has all the old heads just spinning.
Yeah.
Because they don't get the tips and they don't have clickbait and they don't have all this stuff. And Ohtani's just like,
it's just going to drop out of nowhere.
I hope he does. I tweeted, I hope he does a notes app. Just hope he just notes app
You
it.
think
Like,
he'll break his own news?
he's not big on social.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If he was on social, just dropping like a IG story of just like Dodgers or like
Dodgers, Braves,
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays would be crazy.
I don't get that smoke.
Where would you want him to go?
San Francisco Giants.
I think I'm with you on that. Or the Blue Jays.
No. I mean, I want him out of the AL because I want my son Jordan to finally win as like a Silver Slugger or an
MVP.
He's in
is not. Nobody has a chance to win MVP.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I think the Giants. I wouldn't hate that. I could root for them. They would probably be in the playoffs at least.
This is where I am with Shohei Ohtani going to the Giants. Our former assistant GM, Mike P, went over there, and he almost got the Correa deal done and the Aaron Judge deal done. And he was shown, even though he whiffed, he's willing to spend money. Giants are on the West Coast. He has to move upstate California.
Yeah, that's true.
They have money to spend. They're not a perennial power, but you can build around with Shohei Ohtani. I think he's a Giant. I think he's the San
I
Francisco
think
Giant.
that fits the best for him. I think.
I mean, the best fit's going to be the Dodgers, obviously.
See, but maybe. I mean, that it's immediately a powerhouse, but I just feel like it works. I feel like they can build a more competitive team just because the Giants front office is just that good.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. I did get a note. I did get a note on the Astros luxury tax. They are currently over luxury tax already.
Okay.
So technically
So we spin.
they could just spend whatever they want.
Spin.
Yeah.
Uncle Crane, spin. Look, we're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep paying ridiculous parking. We're going to keep paying ridiculous food. We're going to keep paying ridiculous beer prices. We're going to keep paying ridiculous alcohol prices.
Yeah.
We're going to keep paying ridiculous merch prices. We're going to keep showing up. So spin.
Spend the money.
Spend money. Spend money. We're going to keep showing up.
If you want people to go
Spin.
hang out and spend money all around the
Spin.
ballpark and these new bars that are being built, you gotta spend money. You gotta bring.
Spend
Gotta
money,
bring me
baby.
some. Bring me.
Table's
another chip.
hot. Table's hot.
All right, let's get into the list.
Okay.
Of some other guys that you. Let's start with who you would like to see. Then we'll get into the realistic, what might actually happen. But let's look at this list and see who would you like to add to this team currently.
That's a very good question.
First off, I guess, bat or arm.
Arms.
Okay. So those are
Arms. I don't think you need to go out and get a starter. I think. Well, you're pretty much getting two guys at the trade deadline with Lance McCullers Jr. and Luis Garcia coming off injuries. So that's gonna two arms that either go to the pen and work their way into the rotation, or rotation arms move into the pen and they slot in.
Yeah.
So obviously that's July. Man, I feel like getting Hicks and you try to bring back Maton back, and then you could slide in. I mean, you have a Seth Martinez, you have a Whitley, you have a JP Fran. You have dudes that can get you there. Because look, at the end of the day, I mean the one guy I want the most, but I think we're priced out is Hector Neris.
Yeah.
But if you can go 2-for-1 and get a Hicks, Maton for the Neris, then I would take that. But if obviously you can, of those three in a vacuum, I'd just go Neris. But the key is just to get Brian Abreu and Ryan Presley the ball, because you have the best 8 and 9 in the league.
If that's the main thing I'm worried about, is bridging that gap, getting those middle reliever guys that come in the 5th and 6th and 7th. That's where we were nails, having the depth of having Neris, Abreu, and Presley, and Maton,
and Stanny.
Like, the depth is everything. I know Abreu's going to be good. I know Presley's going to be fine. So, yeah, getting that Hicks, and then I would like to get another reliever. Looking at the list.
They're just priced out, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would say just fucking throw Neris to bag again. I know he loves his team.
He does.
Hey, also, I'm sure he loves money. So, but I mean, have him on the team, and imagine you have Hicks and Neris. You have Hicks,
great.
Neris,
yeah,
Abreu,
done.
Presley.
Give me fuck yes. I think there's the one glaring issue is probably depth on the bench on the bat side.
That's where I would rather.
This is kind of where I'm at, and I would like a guy that, and you're kind of running into this problem of you have too many corner outfielders and you don't have a lot of center fielders. That's why the whole Jake Myers, Chas McCormick thing kind of came up in winter meetings, where Dana's like, we're not shopping either of them, or we're not shopping Jake. He's gonna have the opportunity to start in center when Chas is in left. Chas will be in center when Ron's in left.
It makes sense. It's good to have two center fielder talent.
Yeah, it's just, and so I the way I think about it, like, you need a guy that could play a corner outfield, first base, DH, kind of thing. But now you're kind of backloading the corner outfield spots, and so I think you have to have a little bit of insurance with Jose Abreu. I mean, obviously he turned the corner the last 2.5 months, getting the back healthy. But I mean, there's got to be someone on there that Is it a Tiescar? Is it Uriel or Gurriel Jr.? Is there someone that could play that corner outfield spot? I don't know. I mean, if Cody Bellinger didn't have a all-star year, like he'd be the perfect candidate.
If he had like started to trend up, but
yeah,
not all the way, then we could
yeah,
maybe
like
get him,
a
but
Cody Bellinger.
He's out of there now.
I like a Jock, but I feel like a Jock Peterson, you need to give him a lot of at bats.
Yeah,
and he's a corner outfield guy.
Has Brandon Belt done any corner outfield?
No, I mean
don't
he's
think so.
30. He's dusty, man.
I mean,
he's 37.
He went off.
You know, he had a great year.
Like
And hey,
30
get
bombs.
your horns up, big Brandon Belt guy. But
I mean, that's the kind of guy.
I mean the dream scenario is finagling your way to getting Luis Roberts.
Sheesh. Yeah, I mean that you could roster construct, maneuver things around to a point where maybe you sell some of that starting pitching depth and prospects.
Yeah.
One of those corner outfielder prospects. And you somehow you get. I mean, if you get him, this team can beat anybody. Even if the Dodgers got Shohei.
Beep boop, beep boop, boop, beep boop,
Oh,
boop.
breaking news
From Mike Rodriguez, a Dominican reporter, baseball insider. Juan Soto is a Yankee.
Wow.
The names will be said shortly.
Okay.
So Juan Soto to the Yankees.
We're gonna have to see him
opening day.
Opening day.
We will see. We
will
will see. And look, and it's just not the Houston Astros being the Yankees' daddy for the last decade, but you're gonna have to come to Houston to see Juan Soto play before he ever steps foot in New York. I think that's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny.
He's probably gonna hit a tank.
He probably will. He does good at Minute Maid Park.
He's probably gonna hit a tank. But the Yankees are making moves. They got Alex Verdugo the night before. And now you have the slowest outfield in Major League Baseball. With
they can rake.
They can rake. Hell yeah! This is the lineup you build like when you're like 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then will be the show when you like finally like
all
have
power.
You have like the audacity to be like I could do the GM like you know, and then you just trade for guys that just hit home runs and you're just like, oh, we have no pitching
in the gap and it's a inside the park home run. You're
oh,
like, oh fuck,
we're giving up so many doubles.
Yeah.
Oh, they're taking every extra base on us.
Yeah.
But
so Judge is playing center then.
Judge is on a bad toe is going to play center. It's kind of crazy. Wow. Yeah, the Astros aren't going to make moves like that. They don't have to. They can just shore up spots.
That's the thing is they don't have to. But if they did, if they went and got a Luis Robert, immediately our outfield is contending with the Yankees, and they just went through all this to get there.
Yeah, I don't even think contending with the Yankees is like I think it's restoring order
for sure.
And look, obviously the Rangers won. They kind of barreled their way all the way there, but
yeah, it's going to be a dogfight this year.
It's interesting because you have the Astros shoring up spots. The Rangers really haven't done anything other than causing America to be in a recession. Seattle has offloaded a lot of money.
Yeah, I feel like they're going into a little mini reload, not a rebuild, but they're gonna. They're trying to.
DePito does this
a couple years, and then like I think next year, or maybe at the deadline if they're doing well enough. But I think their plan is next year. Build around Julio. I don't know.
It's interesting what they're doing. The other side, I think you're gonna have to. Astros are gonna have to take a kind of a small leap of faith on building roster depth through the minor leagues for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
A Dez, a Wags, a Hensley. You're going to have a pretty young bench, I think, this year with a first-time manager. It's going to be really interesting. Obviously, you have impending free agents of Alex Bregman. You have impending free agency of Jose Altuve. You have the arbitration years of Kyle Tucker right there where you can extend them. Very interesting dynamic there because obviously you want to bring up the young guys to get their feet wet, but they may be starters next year.
Well, I think this might be what DePoto's angle is. The enemy's looking at us saying, "Oh, they're going to probably be weak next year. Let me
that's tough
gear
to
up."
sell. That's tough to sell.
I mean, he's never, but he's one that does that. I mean, he traded what was it, Alvarado or no Castillo
Yeah.
at the deadline and pissed off his whole locker room. So I mean, I just think from the outside looking in, a lot of teams see the Astros this being
No, it was
the last
the
year.
closer. It was Seawald.
Well, that was this year. The year before when he traded Toro and the Montero
Graveman.
trade. Is it Graveman?
Graveman, yeah. It's a Graveman.
Yeah.
So he's done that 3 times.
He's done it, yeah. So he does weird things, but I think he tries to outsmart. And I think, like I said, I think other teams see this as the Astros last year of the golden era, and I think the Astros have a decision to make whether they want to go all in on that or, like you said, try and go in all in on that while also bolstering those minor league prospects.
Yeah, the bid. I mean, like I've seen a lot of people online talk about Michael Brantley. If he wants to take a league met minimum deal, for sure. I think he still wants to play a bit, but that's another corner outfield spot. There's just not a lot on the other than the obviously the top names, right? There's just not a lot to work, so it's maybe just staying flexible and like, look, hey, we're over the tax threshold. Like, go get the arms to bolster it, and then since we're over, if we make a trade, then so be it. Like,
Yeah.
like that's fine. Uncle Crane just has to pay the tax. Uncle Crane, you pay it. You go over. I will lead the. We will spend money.
Yeah, we will.
We will spend.
We will. Spend.
We will spend. I will be outside Minute Maid Park with the "We will spend" signs.
Yeah.
I don't think I can get. I don't think we can get arrested for saying like trying to make a billionaire more rich outside of his property.
I don't think so. I don't think
Like-
he'll kick us off.
Like a reverse Occupy Wall Street. Like
Yeah.
we're just like, we will spend.
We're trying to give you money.
We're trying to give you money. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. At the end of the day, I think we're gonna make a decision on the arms. I think that's the fortitude and decision that Dana Brown has kind of mentioned it to be. But I think the other side is you have so many other moving parts, and the biggest one is nothing's going to be done until Shohei Ohtani sets the market. And Shohei Ohtani is going to get probably the 10th ranked GDP of a country on this next contract.
You're absolutely right.
Like, he's going to get so much money. And
some country's gonna be looking at this deal like, fuck, that could build our whole city.
the whole country. So I don't think a lot of people are making moves until, because I think you have a handful of teams that are like, okay, we're going to spend $600 million.
Yeah.
We can't really go after anyone right now until Ohtani says we're out.
Yeah.
And-
No, I think as soon as that domino drops,
It's going to be nonstop.
Oh my God.
It's going to be an avalanche of
Yeah.
deals.
it's already been. It feels like a busier winter meetings than we had last year.
Mm.
Just by, and it's just been steady. There hasn't been that domino drop yet. It's just been kind of like one day this happens, a couple of days later this happens. But yeah, once that Ohtani news drops, I mean, shit's gonna go down. I wouldn't be surprised if immediately somebody like Bellinger goes. I mean, any of these DHs, some of these starting pitchers. I mean, things are gonna start falling as soon as Ohtani's dealt. But let's get into.
Actually, we'll ask Garrett real quick.
Oh, okay.
Where do you think Ohtani's gone?
I thought LA at first. Dave Roberts fucked that up.
Dave Roberts
Fucked that up.
screwed it up.
So I think San Fran, outside chance,
So
Angels.
all three of us think San Fran,
Francisco.
and he's staying in California at least.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
You know what Oakland should do? They should give him like $1 billion and be like, "Hey,
Just
you'll
make
be the
him-
face of us in Vegas." Like,
You 50% ownership. Like,
hey, take this year off. Put your feet up. Relax. You don't have to play this year
yeah,
contract.
exactly.
Wait till we're in Vegas. Come on, do your
Mhm.
thing.
Well, no, what they offer him is $1 billion contract.
But loan him.
But every deadline, they loan him
out
and for the playoffs, and then bring him back.
Bring him back. That'd be sick.
So he can just go to whatever contending team.
Yeah.
So wait, Shohei in baseball would love that.
He's a
Shohei's in the
mercenary.
playoffs every year.
You know what? Instead of an MLB draft, you just have a Shohei draft. It's just like you pull a ping pong
decision.
out. You just like the Houston Astros have Shohei Ohtani for the 6 months. Yeah.
That would be so fucked up.
Oh, but yeah, that's kind of where we are in the dog days of winter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what Astros got. Victor Tarantini. Even though he's Puerto Rican, that's gonna mess with me all year. He has an Italian last name, but Puerto Rican. I'm gonna have so many of these.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Look, go get Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, I think
Bring him home. Bring the kid home.
We're on the page of Jordan Hicks to Houston, and
I'll-
else can
you know what?
can fall into place.
I feel confident. What's today? The 6th at almost noon. I feel fairly confident the Astros are gonna get Jordan Hicks.
Okay.
The source last night was spot on.
Yeah.
And they talked about Jordan Hicks as well.
Dez have sauces.
Sauces.
Dez got sauces. Yeah.
Oh, little minor breaking news. The Royals are trading right-handed pitcher Dylan Coleman to the Astros.
What?
Breaking. Kansas City clears a spot in their 40-man roster ahead of the Rule 5 draft. Dylan Coleman. Dana Brown loves his quad A guys.
Dylan Coleman. Let's look up his.
It's a relief pitcher. I guess that beep boop boop beep boop boop beep.
Okay. All right. I mean, I get to look into the other numbers.
That's not good. Like that's a doctor like opening the file up, and you're just like, oh shit. I think you need to sit down.
He did last year in 2022. He pitched 68 innings and had a 2.78 ERA.
Hey.
Holy shit.
Hey, Data, Uncle Data.
148 ERA plus in 68 games. And then last year in 23 games, 18 innings, he had an 8.84 ERA.
Hey, it's fine. Look, you have some bad
so
outliers.
Dana's snagging a little guy that like, when he went down, Dana's like, okay, I know what you can do. This might be December
what do we
6th,
send though? We send
2023?
cash? What do we?
Probably
We don't
just
have no
cash.
money.
Probably just cash.
Player to be named later.
That's fine. This is kind of an arm. Okay.
6'5". We got a
6'5".
horse.
We got a horse.
We got a
6'5",
horse.
230.
We got a horse.
December
Oh,
6th,
dude.
2023. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy has a solid 3 ERA.
This is from host of Locked On Royals. His name is Jack Johnson, not the singer, no banana pancakes. But he goes, call me crazy, but if Dylan Coleman uses a really good sweeper like this, it's a video, and a firm 95-96, he'll take it over his previous stuff.
So he'll get back to his 2.78 ERA in a full year.
I'm gonna
relief.
retweet the video right now.
Oh my god. Tweeted from Maine.
I just retweeted it. Dude, he's sitting 95. Dude, this guy is a horse, bro.
His extension is in the 75th.
I got a crush on this kid, dude.
His extension is in the 75th percentile.
Oh, you can't see it. It's all blurry.
Yeah. Just hold it by your face. That's where. Yeah. He's a big dude.
Kid's a horse.
His extension is out there because he's so big. So that ball is released.
Bro,
Way
he's
out
throwing
there.
his sweeper 80-81.
This is our guy, dude.
Dude, this is Maton. This is Maton that throws 95.
Is Dana Brown cooking a little bit? Dana
Chef?
Brown
Chef?
cooking?
Chef Data?
All right. Well, on the pod, that's a great way to.
That's two
that's a
breaking
great
news
way
on the
to end it.
pod.
That's a great way to end the pod with some breaking news. Well, yeah, and speaking of breaking news,
Boop, boop, beep, boop.
check out our new line, Nova and Saturn. Got some streetwear. There's one behind Dez there, Space City. And then we also have the H-Town Baseball Golden Era shirts, also right there behind Dez. And who are our sponsors for this episode?
Yeah, Dylan Coleman. Just hit him with the follow. Yeah, our sponsors. Got all my stuff right here. Sorry. And look, we've been saying it for months, all quarter. Zang responsibly.
Yep.
Blazing Bloody Mary mix. The boys have converted me into being a Bloody Mary guy, and I only use Zing Zang. Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. Zang responsibly. We have another Zing Zang. I don't know why I was reaching down, but another one. The one with the vodka already in it. Big City Wings. Houston's Wing Joint. Apollo Wing Joint. Specials, burger special today on a Wednesday, 2 for Thursdays, gridiron specials on Saturdays. We have been going there a lot with the boys watching y'all's Texans winning some games. We've been, I think we're 3-0 at Big City Wings.
We are 3-0 at Big City Wings.
3-0 at Big City Wings for Texan games. So go, literally, you could throw a baseball. There's a Big City Wings near you. Go to bigcitywings.com. And Celebrity Mint, they just went live with their Mike Tyson memorabilia. I got to meet Mr. Tyson. Pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
Wild dude. Pretty cool dude.
He looked like he could beat the shit out of you easy.
Well, so Mr. Tyson just got back from Saudi Arabia. He was the coach for Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Did a full camp. That dude is in prime shape. Like, I literally think he can get in the ring right now. Broke my hand when I shook his hand.
Yeah, I bet.
But they went live Celebrity Mint with their Mike Tyson variant of the cards and chibis as well. You go to celebritymint.com or follow them at the Celebrity Mint on Instagram to get all their stuff. We have ours right here. So
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsors. We love them so much.
Yeah.
And this is our winter meetings episode.
That was our winter meetings episode. Thank you for watching and listening to Beyond Diamond Podcast. I'm Josh. As Dez. Garrett's over there in the corner. We will see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Love you guys.